Hello. How is everyone? What's up? I'm Lady Calamere. I'm doing my 390-second presentation and it will be on Damballah. Let me clear the air. If you ever get a message from me saying that I will do a reading for you or a spell or some nonsense, I sense you were going through trouble or that you're depressed, contact me if you want a reading. I am not that way. I am not going to, especially for charging you. I'm not going to contact you and charge you for a reading or a spell. All right. I'm not, especially if I don't even know you, I'm not going to contact you out of the blue like that. And plus, I don't do that. I don't contact anyone, whether I know them or not, for money. So if you get a contact from me, know that it's a false account and it's a scam. So, Damballah, these two cards, Damballah Widow and Damballah La Flambeau, are from the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot by Louise Martinet Sally and Sally Ann Glassman. These are the backs, very beautiful. And you can see this is Rada card, and this is the Petro suit. So these are suits, the Rada suit, the Petro suit. Now this card, beautiful card, the World, Damballah Widow Aida. Look at the back. Comes from Voodoo Tarot Spirit Box by Fabio Lestrani. Both can be found on Amazon, eBay, your bookstore, metaphysical store, Botanica, New Age, occult witch store, or wherever books and tarot and oracle decks are sold. So Damballah, have you heard of them? If you're a horror fan and you like the Child's Play and the Chucky series like me, then you'll know who I'm talking about. Where Chucky Charles Lee Ray, the villain, goes Ade Due Dambala, give me the power, I beg of you, to do something evil, to switch his soul into a child, but this time he has to do it into a doll, hence we get the evil doll. Dambala, as fun as horror movies are, and I also love American Horror Story. I love horror. Damballah is not sinister. Damballah is not evil. Okay, Damballah would never do something like that, especially to a child. Let me repeat that. Damballah will never do something like that, especially to a child. Damballah is not about murder and killing and stuff like that, and evil hexes and all these like visions of voodoo sons and where they're dancing and blood all over them and spilling blood onto the image of Damballah is totally false, sensationalized, and a fallacy. And here's why. Damballah doesn't like the sight or scent of blood. So right there, and the fact of, oh, I'm going to curse you in the name of Damballah. He doesn't do that. And he doesn't go around hurting children. It's all false. He doesn't do any of that. So, Damballah is the great snake. And the snakes that he is associated with, it's definitely not rattlesnakes, and it's definitely not venomous vipers. It's a constrictor. Your python, and a boa, especially a python, but not rattlesnakes and cobras. Though he is not that type of snake. Okay? And when a sacrificial offering is given to him, They show it to the altar in Damballah. They show the live animal and then they take it away. They go to it. They will cover up the altar if they have to. They will go to another place and then do what they need to, humanely uh, dispatch the animal, and then give it as a sacrifice. They don't pour the blood all over the altar. They're not guzzling blood and wiping it all over themselves. Damballah hates that. They're not like all intoxicated and drugged and drunk. Damballah hates that. When Damballah comes down into the peristyle, all right, okay, into the temple, anyone who is drinking must will be told to either cover it up. You cannot be there. You have to put out anyone smoking anything. They have to put it out. He doesn't like it. He will not accept cigarette smoke and cigar smoke. He will not accept booze or alcohol like that. He does not do that, okay? So all these stories that maybe you've heard is wrong. And some of it was done out of racism and also fear of another religion. Because quite frankly, even especially during the satanic panic, any religion that's not Christian is Satanism. And during times of slavery, the transatlantic horrible genocidal slavery, and it was atrocious. The religion, especially snakes, had to be stopped because in the Bible the snake is the evil one. But truly, the snake is the one to bring wisdom. Damballah is wisdom. And even in voodoo, snakes also represent the unnamed ancestors, the forgotten ancestors, the forgotten dead. So the colors of Damballah is white, secondary green, but generally white. Damballah is pure. Okay? Damballah will protect you, but if Damballah does act out in if he does do something to really mess someone up, then they went beyond the line of, yeah, this person went beyond messed up. And I'm not going to use vulgar words because Damballah hates vulgar words. In fact, Damballah doesn't like fighting near his image. Damballah doesn't just like small talk. He doesn't like the hot temperament of that. He doesn't like swear words. He doesn't like a potty mouth. All right? Damballah is pure. He doesn't like smelly things. He doesn't like a smelly room. If you haven't altered the Damballah, make sure you keep it clean. He doesn't like dust buildup. And it happens to the best of us, okay? It will happen. But generally, he doesn't like it. He does not like dust on his altar. He doesn't like dirt. He doesn't want you to smell. If you are a person of bad hygiene, it's best to not have a permanent altar, and it's best not to go and call him when you smell filthy and like a bum. So if you're a person that doesn't brush your teeth every day, you don't bathe, you don't wash your hands, you go to the bathroom and don't wash your hands, you have sticky stuff all over you, do not go near his altar. He doesn't like that. He hates stinky stuff. Now, let's say you spray the room around with fresh air freshener. Don't spray it near his altar. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like strong smells. He hates it. He detests people that smell like a perfumer. You ever smell those people that go into an elevator or a stairwell and you smell them 10 minutes later because they smell like perfume? They smell like a perfume factory. He hates that. He hates it. He really hates it. It makes him want to vomit. He does not like it. He doesn't like it. Okay, the only smells he likes, the scents that he likes, is Pompeii lotion, which is a type of cologne, and rose water. That's it. And he doesn't like it poured vigorously all over. He doesn't like it. Even with the smells he likes, he doesn't want it to smell like a perfume factory. If you are bleeding, whether you have a tooth pulled, if your mouth is full of stinky abscesses, if you have boils on you, if you have open wounds on you, do not touch his altar. He doesn't like bleeding. Now, I'm going to tell you, and some women are going to get mad at me, and they're going to say, patriarch, patriarch. No, it's not about patriarch, honey. Don't touch his stuff if you're menstruating. Why? It's not because, oh, he's patriarchal, he's against, no, it's nothing like that. He doesn't like the smell of blood. So, menstruating women, he don't like it. Just wait till you're done with your menstruation. If you have an active infection pouring out of your body, don't touch his stuff. Okay? You got a bloody nose? Don't touch his stuff. Don't get blood. Don't give him a blood offering. I've seen people. I gave a blood offering to Damballah. What did you do? Yeah, I picked my finger and put the blood on the altar. No, because you just repelled him. And if you do that deliberately, he's going to ignore you, or he might teach you a lesson. Okay, so let me tell you why he's not like aggressive. I mean, we have Petro, and we know that Petro spirits could be uh warriors and be hot and like stand the ground, you know. And the Radha are cooler energies. Damballa himself is an energy of peace, love, peace and love, man. True peace and love, without the smoking a pot and drinking, right? Like, I'm not saying all hippies do that, but I'm just saying, he doesn't like pot smoke. He doesn't want any type of smoke or drug or illicit substances. He doesn't want that. Okay, he doesn't like it. Peace, love, harmony, order, law, all that. His calmness, happiness, gaiety, joyful. But if you're just come home from work and you're hot and sweaty and smelly, take a bath. Okay? Really, take a bath. Brush your teeth. Wash your hands. Wear clean clothes. He's a stickler for cleanliness. Okay? Cleanliness is close to godliness. That's definitely his model. Okay? If he has a model, that's going to be his model. Cleanliness is next to godliness. So, Damballa prefers white. You can have splashes of green. The saints he's synchronized with is Saint Patrick because of the snakes and also the green color, and also Moses with the staff. Now, say you can't get any of these, and if you have, okay, he's not a Batala, but there is some similarities. They're not the same. Okay, some people like to say, well, no, if you know who a Batala, you're gonna have a good idea of what Damballa is and what he likes. Because a Batala likes white stuff. He likes purity stuff. He doesn't like alcohol. Damballa is about sobriety. So if you are getting off substances, substance abuse, alcohol abuse, maybe you're quitting vaping, don't vape around the meter. I know people like to vape. Oh, well, I found a loophole. I can vape. I can vape. No, there's no loophole. There is no loophole. Don't vape. Don't smoke. Don't drink. Don't do drugs. He doesn't like it. Okay, so if you are getting off these substances, congratulations, pat yourself on the back. All right, Damballah is the one to help you get off that. Don't go around to his altar while you're stinking drunk or burp. Don't be rude and disgusting around him. He doesn't like it. If you are gassy and you have flatulence, don't constantly go around his altar. He doesn't like it. All right, I'm seriously. I know it sounds like comedy, but he doesn't like it. So he likes white things. His day is March 17th, the same day as St. Patrick's Day. So let's get rid of snakes, bring back the snakes. His sister, and in some cases wife, okay, some say his wife and sister is Aida, widow, is Aida. So Da itself means life. Aida is, so I is the earth, Da is life. So she's the life of the earth. She's the rainbow. Damballah is sometimes seen under the sea. And it says that the monkeys every day give him iron bars. And one day when the iron bars are all run out, Damballah will rise and the water will overtake the earth. There's other stories that he's the sky serpent and that the clouds, that's like representation of him. So he rules white, like a Batala rules white. And I talked about a Batala. Okay. So any things like with voodoo, whether it's New Orleans or Haitian voodoo, flour and a white egg, not a brown egg, not a blue egg, not a green egg. Doesn't matter. It has to be white. White on top of it. Now, if you want, you could put a little rose water on it or just a little bit of Pompeii, which is also good. Pompeii lotion. And it's a cologne. It's actually a cologne. You put that on an egg. Raw egg, not a hard boiled egg. Raw egg. Porcelain egg is a good image of him because his symbol is an egg. White chocolate or like the vanilla, anything white. Meringue is a good idea. Milk, white rice. Okay. These foods should not be dirty. All right. These foods, like in the Brahmin tradition, I'm not going to treat it like a Brahma. And maybe so. If like in the Brahmin tradition, I'm not saying it's the same thing with Damballah. If the food falls onto the floor, it's not offered to the gods. To most of them, like Matangi, yes, but a Brahma, oh, the apple fell on the ground. I can't give this to Shiva now. So because it's tainted. Did it hit the ground? We don't know if it in the processing. Of course, it probably did, but it's a fact that we don't do it. Like coconuts for Dambala, and I know when you offer a coconut to Obatala, the hairs are taken off, and then cascarilla is put all over the coconut and giving it to him. So you could give him the coconut milk, the coconut meat. So think of white offerings. Fresh water is always a good idea. He loves bowl of water. First of all, water spirits can come through. It can be used as a portal. But he likes to cool himself off. He likes cool things. He likes being so calling him is also good to have water around. I probably should have had a little bowl of water, but knowing my cats will knock it all over and destroy my. Because usually we get a cat here. Uh, Damballah is about cleansing, purifying your environment. Uh, he's about bringing serenity and sanity. In fact, during possessions, if they know he's coming, they would like to have a white sheet there. If not, they throw the white sheet over the person. Number one, it calms him. Two, it shields him. Okay. Three, it represents purity. So it will, because I've seen images where the person was just thrashing around. They put the white on them, and it's just Damballah is still there, but Damballah feels more comfortable with it. Okay, it's cooling for him, and it has to be white. All right. Sometimes the horse, which is person they call it the horse, the person that is overtaken or possessed by the spirit of Damballah will climb a tree, and people will have to coax him down because if Damballah leaves, the person will be all up in that tree and won't be able to get down or fall down. So they don't want any injuries. So the Damballah is able to go up the tree and then come down like it's nothing. Damballah is ancient, very ancient primordial. Extremely ancient. The the tree he likes is the royal palm tree. All trees in general, but especially the silk cotton tree and the royal palm tree. Depending on your day, some people pick Thursday as his day. Damballah is a huge snake with 7,000 coils. His body is huge, and with these coils, he created. And he even said to create Aida Wedo, which the rainbow. Now, it's uncommon, but men can have the sacred marriage with him. Usually women. And then they would have to like marry like Zaka, and I'm not gonna get into that, but because sometimes Zaka gets jealous and it's a whole big thing. Now another consort, but it's not his favorite, but he does love her. He does love her company. Is Urzuli Freda. Urzuli Freda, or Freda as we pronounce it in America. Some people call it Zili Freda, or I like to say Urzuli Freda. And she considers him one of her three husbands. She wears a ring and three rings, and one of them represents Damballah. But Aida is his true love. Okay. She's the peanut butter to his jelly. Okay. She's the peas to his carrots. Okay. So I can read a little bit of this. 25 minutes. Wow. I'll work hard. I'm going to read a little bit from. Oops, sorry. That's the book. Oh, look at that book. And it's from The Spirit Box. Voodoo Tarot Spirit Box by Fabio Lestrani. And it will be that card. So, and it represents the world and the major arcana. So I'm just going to say, let me see. I'll just read. The world is the final major arcanum in the deck, signifying completion, total fulfillment, and the achievement of a cycle or a significant project. This card embodies harmony, achieving balance, success, and fulfillment of one's goals. I'm going to interject. This all represents Damballah. And another thing he does is prosperity, but not for greed. You know, he can help you with money, but not out of greed. It also signifies the integration of various aspects of life and viewing one's journey from a broader, more spiritual perspective. Interjection. He does want you to spiritually elevate. He wants people to be spiritually free and elevated and think on a higher thought. Back to the book. Characterized by a slow, steady, yet determined evolution towards success. That's definitely him. Associate with his arcanum are the Bala, Widow, and Aida, the two sacred and primordial serpents of life. He represents life because Da in Aida and Dambala is Da means life, representing respectively masculine, the white serpent, and feminine, the rainbow serpent. Energies that they are considered the genesis of all existence. True, coiling around the world, symbolized by an egg on the verge of hatching, and an internal and balanced alchemical dance. Synchronized in figures like the Madonna, Saint Patrick, or Moses, they are they are revered both in Dahomey and in Haitian voodoo. I'd like to also say New Orleans voodoo, symbolizing symbolizing totally totality, and completeness by embodying life and death, darkness and light, yin and yang, man and woman. Therefore, they are often called upon for protection, for healing, and to enhance fertility, prosperity, and success. So, Damballa is about fertility and also about healing. Okay, so let's say you have a cold or you have a flu. So, I'm interjecting here. And the snots are rolling out. Don't call on Damballa. I'm just saying. I didn't call because I'm sick. I'm just saying if you're coughing and gagging and snot is coming out of your nose and your eyes are reddening, all puffy, and he doesn't like that. Doesn't don't. So he typically he doesn't like it. So if you got the chicken pox, anything like that, you got any pox, he doesn't like this. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like acts of violence either. That's another reason why they can't sacrifice an animal in front of him. He doesn't like the act of violence either. So put that in your notes if you're writing notes. So there's more to it, but I'm trying to keep these an hour or less now. So this card, the Petro and the Widows, because I got two cards to read. I'm just going to, and it's from the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot by Louis Martinet and Sally Ann Glassman. I've been to her stores many times when I lived in New Orleans, the Isle of Salvation. Very nice lady. So I'm trying to find it if I can find. Ooh, I got Papa leg popped out. Hi, Papa. Legba Flambeau popped out. Hi, Papa Legba. How you doing? I'm very respectful to the spirits. I'm just trying to find it if I can. If I can't, I'll just go on. So Damballa, is he approachable? He can, yes, if you follow the rules that I told you. You know, you have to show respect. So Damballa air, which represents the suit of air, Damballa Wedo. Damballa is the great serpent. Da is as roots refers to the serpent or the serpent's power, which is life. Damballa stretches as a link between the voodooists and the wisdom and power of the ancestors. On his back and the back of Yida Wedo are carried all unnamed ancestors, those ancestors whose names have been lost in the seas of time. Remember? I told you that? In this card, Damballa Wedo hangs in the air from a crossroads created by the branches of the sacred tree. He hangs serenely in perfect balance. There is no tendency toward movement in any direction. The force of this card can move in a helpful or hurtful direction, but only after it is called. If left to its own devices, the serpent will continue to hang in its perfect airy perch. The primary attribute of this card is attention pressed into action. The eggs that fall from the ballast perch represent the potential for this action. Contemplation. Move into a space of perfect stillness. See from behind your eyes. Locate yourself deep within your body. Will a specific movement, such as slight lifting of the fingers, trace the impulse as it travels from stillness to action. Divination. Great energy call to do good or ill. Stationary forces aroused and called into action. Now, things can go awry, especially when you earn the wrath of Damballa. He is if you actually deserve it, you'll get God smacked. Like the band God smacked. But Damballa is self-awareness. He represents self-realization and awareness. Okay? He likes he likes you to become whole and complete. Okay, take back your power, be whole and complete. He likes that. So I'm looking for Damballa. If I could find it. So Damballa is ancient among ancient. And his origination are from the people of Dahomey. And I can't find this for the life of me. I can't find this. Damballa La Flambeau. There we are. I was looking up the wrong thing. I was looking up Damballa Pedro La Flambeau. That's why I couldn't find it. So we go to page 94. And again, we are on the same the same deck of cards. So we're on this card. And again, the New Orleans Tarot. New Orleans Voodoo Tarot by Louis Martinet and Sally Ann Glassman. Petro fired Damballa La Flambeau. In this card, Damballa blazes with the fires of life. Damballa's eyes and body are red to show that it's in this manifestation he is all fire, force, and pure active energy. Here, the fire breathing serpent begins to meld with the attributes of the dragon. The primary attribute of this card is the vigor of fire. Damballa contemplation. Damballa climbing the center pole of the Voodoo temple, an outward sign of manifestation of the Kundalini of the east rising up the spine. Divination. Natural force, strength, and energy are available for use. If the reading indicates opposition by this card, the questioner may expect to meet with strong antagonism. So that comes from reading of that. He is so ancient that he doesn't speak words, he hisses. Even Legba can have a hard time understanding. He'll speak to you. Some people may have the gift to understand what he's saying. He may, if he comes to you, he may show you symbolism, and you have to understand the symbolism. He may speak to you with symbols or images, and you just have to be able to interpret. He can come to you, and he'll be speaking to you, and you'll be have to be able to interpret or go to someone who can interpret these what he's trying to say, what he's saying, not what he's trying to say, what he is saying, but it's he's so primordial. Another thing is he likes politeness. He doesn't like being treated. He doesn't like rudeness. He likes the please, the thank you, may I, you know, stuff like that. Okay. He doesn't like he doesn't like enjoy harm. So what you've heard from these horror movies is not true. I mean, you've heard the movie, the serpent, the book that became a movie, The Serpent in the Rainbow, that was based on real events. The serpent, what do you think that is? Damballah and the Rainbow. Who do you think that is? Aida. It's a serpent and the rainbow. So Damballah is a major Loa in Haiti and Loa in New Orleans. Loa, it's spelled even different. LWE, LWA, or in depending on the spelling, is Loa. When you hear Loa, LOA, then you know that's New Orleans translation. As for stones, you can use quartz to represent him, clear quartz, selenite, howlite, white snowy quartz, anything white, pearls, white pearls. Those are good ideas of what stones to put on his altar. Now, his movements of his thousands of coils was the one that created the stars shaken up into the sky. His very coils created the mountains, and also he created the valleys. And he formed, because he liked the coolness, the earth filled with the oceans and rivers and streams and stuff, water. So he created that. He represents love, to the purest love. Okay? He represents knowledge and wisdom, especially ancient wisdom, the hidden knowledge. So he can bestow wealth and prosperity. He can bestow healing and good health, as well as fertility. He can even say to expose hidden treasures. He also deals with moisture. He doesn't like being bothered with trivial matters. He is generous. He is. But those who are in really bad way, bad trouble, can really approach him. Even though he is ancient and so ancient, he actually is interested in us people, us or us people. He really takes an interest in us. He really does. He's very good at appearing in dreams. It's not that he doesn't, and when it comes to communication, it's not because he doesn't communicate well. That's a mistake. He knows how to communicate. We just don't know how to translate it that well. Okay? We don't hear that well with him or understand. Right? There's lowers that don't even understand. So they have problems with understanding. Because he makes like the and whistling noises, but he's speaking. Okay? It's his language. We just don't understand. It's us, not him. If you clean his altar, don't use strong cleaning products. He doesn't like it. Don't use, oh, this is vinegar water. It's so natural. No, no, don't use it. If you're gonna, I wouldn't use Florida water on his things. I would again use some rose water. You want to use a very light cleaner or just water. Eh, eh, eh. So he's all his place. He's actually smell clean and fresh. Uh, you want some ventilation, whether AC, fan, air purifier, or open windows. He doesn't like the stale air. He likes flowing air. So open the windows, open the doors, have a screen in, put a fan in, get some ventilation. Now, some people say he likes orange blossom water. And it's usually rose water in Pompeii, but light orange blossom water he won't object to. Just nothing strong. Oh, I can get this orange cleaner. Nothing strong. He doesn't like that. White candles are a good thing, or oil lamps, like like the Hindu ghee lamps, the clarified butter. That's pretty cool. You just clarify butter with a wick. That's good. He likes that. He also likes orgate. I forgot to mention. So go back to your offer. This is why I don't. You can tell I don't have a script. Orgate, ORGEAT syrup, which is sweet. It's like made with like I believe almonds. He likes white flowers, and white roses are good offerings. Uh, Fabrics are luxurious from like maybe Egyptian cotton, satin, silk, crystal eggs. So not only just porcelain eggs, but crystal, but you want to get like clear quartz or selenite crystals or any white rock. It could even be like a marble egg, but as long as it's white. Images of snakes, usually white and even green snakes, but I would stick with like the constrictors and stuff. Again, he's not a venomous snake. So like when you see him as a Petro or La Flambeau, He's not as calm and detached as he is with Damballah, like Damballah Weddle. This is more fiery, the fire of life, or the Damballah fire, Damballah the flame, Damballah the torch. And this is a fiery source of creative, generative energy, like the creation of the Big Bang, the boom, and all of a sudden there was light. So, and just especially, this is the Damballa that can remove hexes and curses. So, this is more the Damballa that can be used. And again, this is not for frivolous curses. This person has to really deserve it, like a serial murderer, okay? Or something, someone really bad, like a child predator. Someone really bad. Not because he said a mean word and made me upset. Or he was rude and stepped on my foot and didn't say sorry and hurt my feelings. No, that's not him, okay? This is a someone really bad. Maybe someone who's always doing something bad with their magic and just does bad. And this could be a really bad person, a predator, really someone bad. Okay? And Damballa, even in his fiery form, can heal. So, and it may or may not be true that he likes eggs dyed red. Have, I've seen like uh, a source on that, and but it's generally white eggs, and I would stick with white. I don't know about hibiscus tea with offering, or I just know white. I mean, even white lotus. I mean, a lotus flower is so beautiful and pure, and lotus definitely it means pure. No matter it's dirty or muddy environment, the flower remains pure. So think about that. Lotus flowers. A lily, I don't know. It may be too strong. Even for me, it's too strong. I don't like it. I mean, Easter lilies are very beautiful, but they make me get allergies. It's like make me want to cough. Sorry, but it's just, and I don't know if Damballa would really like that. Okay, I don't know. Maybe. So if he likes that, let me know. But I know I not particularly beautiful, but it gives me allergies. It makes my nose and eyes run. I just I'm allergic. I have an allergy to it. So uh, if you really want to go out for him with water, you can give him purified water, bottled water, like clear, pure water. So Damballa likes actions of goodwill to others, being generous, uh, being a philanthropist, helping others, giving each other a helping hand. That's what he likes. He likes the spirit of goodwill and generosity, of sharing, because that's what he does. And make no mistake, this being is very, very powerful. Don't think he's a pushover for a minute, because he's you're not going to overpower him. He will overpower you. Now, some people may reference it almost like an androgynous sometimes, but others will say he's male. and that he speaks directly to God, to Bandai, which means the good God. Bandai, Bandai means the good God. Now, there's another part of different nations, voodoo sects, where it's Mawu Lisa. Mawu Lisa is the God, the male and female together as the divine being. But Bondi means the good God. So that is the ultimate great spirit, the great divine, the God, the all. So Damballa is not the devil, is not out to steal your soul and all this nonsense that voodoo is all sinister. And I'm not saying voodoo can be used for good or bad. But voodoo is not just a religion. It's not like you go to church on Sunday and do whatever the heck you want and then go back to and then go to Saturday, do your confessions, and then no, voodoo is life. Voodoo is community. Voodoo is a way of life. Voodoo is a spiritual, not just a religion, but a way of life of living. Okay, it's community. All right. So there were Bokars in voodoo, which means poisoner. And I'm not saying all Bokars are evil and nasty. No, again, a Bokar is not going to do the same thing as an Wogan, which is the male priest, and Mambo was a female. A lot of Bokars are male. There are female Bokars. But a lot of it seemed to be, from all the times I've studied it, a lot of them were men. Not all. So, it's women are not restricted from that. Okay, so when you hear Mambo, that's a priestess. Okay, and Hogan is a priest. So voodoo is servicing the Loa, and it's just also nature is alive with these Loas. Loas of the trees, Loas of the leaves, Loas of the herbs. Loa, there's energies in the herbs and in the water. The Loa are prevalent. And the Loa, when you work with them, they'll know you even if you're not initiated. So Baba Victor is not voodoo. He's Lukumi, Santeria. He even says that if people say to you that the Orishas do not know you because you are not initiated, I mean they have no idea what this religion is about. And he's right. He's a Babalao, right? He's a very good guy. So I mean, this is not voodoo, but if you like the Orishas, and you will, and the Orishas are not Loas, okay? Don't mix them. Don't mix them, and don't mix okay, I have these together. You don't mix the Petro with the Rada, okay? You don't mix them. Don't mix them. And so, but he says if people try to gatekeep like that, they don't know the religion. All right. So, uh, snake conservation is a good one. Snakes are good for the environment. Snakes have been demonized. There's also like a phobia. I forgot what it's called. It's a phobia dealing with snakes. But snakes are not evil. They reveal, and Damballah will reveal wisdom. Damballah is about setting you free, waking you up. Hey, wake up. realization to bring you to a reality. And by the way, if you happen to accidentally burp or something, like, sorry, Damballah, just say you're sorry, and things happen, okay? It's part of life. But it's about, like, being respectful. So just try to keep the air clean and nice. Uh, be respectful because he likes that. So, anyways, there's so much to learn about the spirit, about the Sloa. So, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, like my video, and please subscribe. Uh, share my video with others, and thinking about being generous when they're dealing with the spirit. Be generous to others, be generous to animals. If you see a snake or no, because you're afraid, don't hurt it. It's not hurting you. Even rattlesnakes and copperheads, they all do things for their part for the environment. If you eradicate them all because you don't like them and because they're venomous, you're gonna throw the natural order out of balance because they really, you know, contain the rodent populations and stuff. All right. So they're actually good for the environment. Just stay away. Don't mess with it. Go away. Leave it alone. All right? Leave it alone. And all because you're afraid of a snake doesn't mean you get to kill it. Because you're afraid. So, uh, I always forget something, but anyways, thank you for watching. Check out Paul Codwin's new videos. They're pretty good. Check out Witch in the Workings. He puts out things every week. It's really good. And check out check them out. Uh, Baba Victor is on YouTube and he's on other social media like TikTok and stuff. Check that out. He does a lot of these different social media, so check him out. Even though he's, not voodoo, but they're really good. A lot of good information. Thank you for watching this video. Uh, hit me up in the comments. Have you ever worked with Damballah? What do you think about him? Are you afraid of snakes? Are you willing to get over your fear? Do you like snakes? Let me know. Anyways, as always, blessed be.